talk about money? Money. The last call we had, one of the conversations that we had was about money, and was about rewriting our love letters to money and making love to money. If any of you got that replay, I think that replay came out. So after that call, I hung up and I took some time to write out another love letter to money. You've probably heard me talk about this. I love doing it. And I had an amazing epiphany while I was writing it. And I have to give you a little background story first. So when I first met Brendan, my boyfriend, there was a time when a day when I was struggling. I was struggling because we were far apart, and the time zone was killing me. I needed something. I was feeling vulnerable, and I needed something. And I couldn't call him because it was still an inappropriate hour. And I was feeling frustrated, and I sat down to meditate to take care of myself. And his higher self was there, and my higher self was there, and they said something really profound and potent to me. They said, "This man will always give you everything you need." And that's a pretty big fucking statement. So it took me a minute to doubt it, digest it, argue with it, receive it. And then they said, but not always in the time frame that you want it. Ouch, right? I'll always give you everything you need, but not always in the time frame that you want it or expect it. And then they showed me that what you're going to have to do is peel your heart open and stand in the place of vulnerability that is asking or needing, whether or not you ask. Needing is a vulnerable thing for me, especially asking. And here they've got me, and they're showing this to me in my own heart, my own body, peeled wide open, right? Heart open, standing in this immense vulnerability. And they're telling me, then you just gotta wait. And I was like, excuse me? This is my deepest vulnerability. Receiving, asking from someone else, receiving support. This is my deepest vulnerability. You want me to what? Yep. They just want me to stand there, wide open heart, and fucking wait. And I saw in that moment that that's my lesson. That's my challenge in all of this. Can I be brave enough? Because, like, the other vulnerability, I can do it. I can cry in front of you. I can tell you my deepest, like, fears. I can be in my heart. I can hold my own. I can do all the other vulnerability stuff. But that asking for help, that needing something, that receiving support, that one for me is the one I've been working for years and years and years. Is the big one. And here they are telling me basically that I've got to set down my sword, because my go-to defense mechanism in that circumstance is peel open, be needy or wanting or asking or whatever. And then if the other person can't or won't, or someone else or the universe or whatever, deliver to me in that moment the thing I need, support me, be there for me, show me, then I lock it down. I shut everything, just bam, closed. I will never let you in my heart again. It's very dramatic. I'll never let you in again. I'll never ask for help again. I will always only depend on myself. And I saw that day that I'm not giving enough time, right? Here I was sitting in my house being like, I need him. And I can't remember if he was at work or if he was not awake yet or what was the time difference, but for whatever reason, he was not in a place to be able to give me anything I needed. And I was like, oh, this is really uncomfortable. And so I've carried that knowledge through our relationship. And I will tell you, never, ever, 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 ever has this been proven wrong. but holy shit, have I had to wait. And it is hard and scary. And sometimes I don't do it. Sometimes I shut down and then I have to come back and I have to make myself safe again and I have to gradually open back up. But our higher selves were not wrong. They're never wrong. They were definitely not wrong here. And it's been a tremendous process for me learning how to receive. Really, really, really fun and really, really, really worth it. And also scary. So here's the epiphany that I had with money the other day. I'm writing this beautiful love letter to money, and I'm saying to money, where is that love letter? I will read it to you if I can find it. She said, not so confidently, since I don't remember what's in the letter, but vulnerability, right? Here we go. Okay. Dearest money, it's been a while. I have disempowered you lately, emasculated you, assuming you can't do something or can only do a few things. I think I'm really wrong in all that, and I'm sorry. You can do anything. I'm going to remember that. Oftentimes, I don't even give you the chance. I just turn down the possibility. I'm going to remember something really powerful. You, just like Brendan, will always give me everything I need. Just not always in my time frame. Holy shit. That's a massive realization. It's always been true. Thank you. I've got to give you more opportunities. I've got to do more asking and then give you time to do your magic. That's how we will co-create. We will make love through this dance of asking and receiving. I love you and I love me. Cara. So you could see the big epiphany I had is that I do that with money. I see something that I want or an opportunity comes up and I say, I don't think I can afford that, or there's not enough money to cover it, or I would feel safer keeping that money in my savings account, or I would prefer to spend it on this than on that, or whatever my rationale is, right? And I'm not wrong about those things, but by saying that, I've shut the opportunity down. And my new practice that I was shown in this process is to say, all right, money, there's something I would really like to do. Can you please take care of it? And be okay with the fact that maybe or maybe not. Maybe or maybe not this time. I might have to wait till next year when that opportunity rolls around again. And that's okay. Maybe or maybe not with buying a new pair of pants right now. But maybe it's that need and that desire. And if I can leave the spaciousness open, it will flow. So when we talk about money like water, right? So if you're sitting at the beach or the bank of a river or something, and you want water to flow up to you, you don't reach out and try to grab water. Very ineffective. We have very ineffective hands for that. But if you just reach down to the bank with your hand and you move a little bit of soil or sand or a couple rocks out of the way, in flows water. You move some more and it flows again, and it flows again, and it flows again. So how do you make room for money to flow? You make room for it to flow by having a desire or a need or a reason or a thing for money to flow to. So I heard Abraham speak one time to, let's see here, it was a man who had alimony to pay. And basically he was saying, I want to make more money and I want to get a raise, but I also feel conflicted because when I get that raise, I'm going to have to pay part of it to my ex-wife. And so I get mad because I don't want to pay her any more money. And so part of me doesn't want to get a raise. And Abraham said, you're looking at this backwards. That money that you pay to her is an additional pull. It's an additional magnet. She is desiring, and her expenses are needing, and there's room for money to flow. So money is getting sucked through you, basically. And what's happening is not that she's depleting you. What's happening is that more and more and more is being brought to you as a conduit for this other stuff. So you have a conduit of your own expenses, his new wife, his whatever, his house, his mortgage, the other things, and then you have this additional conduit that's getting pulled towards your ex-wife. And in actuality, energetically, what was happening is that his ex-wife is actually magnifying the money coming to him and his abundance, because she is calling in more, and more is coming through him. But for more to go to her, more has to go to him. He's taking a 80% portion of that or whatever. And that always stuck with me because we have this this idea that, there are things that we really don't want to spend money on. Like the government is ripping me off, and all my kids and they're always needing new shoes because they grow so damn fast. Whatever it is, I don't know. Whatever the thing is you don't like to spend money on. What if we could just think about those being additional little inlets along the river that we're carving and being carved out for us? I'm sure you have had experiences or known people where you've seen that people say there's only ever just enough, right? I'm just barely getting by. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. It's because so much of the time, money comes in to cover what needs to be covered. Not a lot of us are really good at allowing money to flow in beyond that. And that's not bad. It's just the inlet, the little chunk of sand you carved away. And when a new bill comes in, although we stress about it and we freak out and we look at the numbers and all the things, inevitably, most of the time, it winds up getting kind of taken care of. Maybe not magically, oftentimes. Sometimes it does. Sometimes the exact amount you need plops into your account in some way, shape, or form. But sometimes it sort of seems like money just spreads itself a little thinner and kind of covers everything. Even though we're stressing and we're freaking out, we're doubting it. So you can play this game with me, this game of talk to money like it's your friend. Let's say you have this friend, Claire, and she hung out with you and went with you everywhere. And Claire is really, really, really good at what she does. Like, she's a top-level CEO. She runs a Fortune 500 company, and she does it in her sleep. She's that good. And as you're going throughout your day, you think to yourself, oh, man, I really want an ice cream cone, but I don't really have time to run to the store. And Claire's standing there looking at you, tapping her toe, waiting for something to do. And you're like, never mind, there's not enough time. And Claire's rolling her eyes. Like, you really think I run this Fortune 500 company and I still have all this time to hang out with you every day? You really think I can't orchestrate getting you an ice cream cone? All right. Okay, I'll just sit here with my mouth shut. And she's rolling her eyes at you all day, every day because you keep doing this. Man, you know what I really want? I really want to go on a vacation to Tahiti. I've always dreamed of Tahiti. And Claire is like clapping her hands together. Oh, baby, here we go. Something for me to sink my teeth into, something for me to organize, something for me to manifest. Let me create this. and you're like, nah, probably can't get the time off work. And again and again and again, and we do this. So Claire's money, right? Money's hanging out with you all the time. Hopefully you're treating money well. Hopefully you're nice to Claire. Hopefully you're saying, like, thanks for hanging out with me, and that was really cool, that thing you did for me the other day, and remember that trip we took to France? Remember you found that amazing, like, price on tickets, and then our other friend came, and it was so cool, and I ate the best baguette of my life, and the butter, and you can tell I've been to France because that's what I remember. And wasn't that awesome? Hopefully that's how you're talking to Claire. Hopefully you're not like, Claire, you are the worst friend I've ever had. You're never there for me. You don't love me. You never show up. Let me make a list of all the things you didn't do for me. Meanwhile, Claire's like, you didn't give me any room to do any of those things for you. So let's play with this, Kay. Let's play together, and let's go around and let's ask Claire, hey, I want this. Can you make it happen for me? I want that. Can you make it happen for me? And then just let go of it. Just let her do her thing. Don't lean over her shoulder and try to micromanage her. If you want to go to Tahiti, just tell her, someday, Claire, I'd like to go to Tahiti. And I think it'd be really cool, especially if I got to sleep in one of those little bungalow things that's like out on the water. You know, you like walk the little plank thing to get to your room, and then I could like jump right off my little deck into that like clear blue ocean that's like pale turquoise. And it's not too deep because I'm still a little nervous, so I can like see the bottom. Yeah, can you make that happen, Claire? And like, you know, whatever, good timing. It doesn't have to be next week. And she'll get working on it. Like, give her some stuff to do, and then get out of the way. So I've been trying to play with this concept, and interestingly, you know, we're all practiced at saying, I want to make $1 million. Or like, I want to start making $10,000 a month, or whatever it is. We just come up with these arbitrary numbers that we think or maybe they're not arbitrary. Sometimes I sit down and I like run the numbers in my business. If I expand to this, I want to make this, I want to serve this many clients, I want to do this much stuff and have this kind of impact, and I need to cover all these expenses, plus I'm going to need another assistant, I need all these things, and like, I run all these numbers because, you know, my background is business, and then I come up with this, all right, so here's my goal. I'm going to start making this much money per year. Okay, whatever. So then it's not an arbitrary number. It's still just a number. So I've been trying to think about this lately, not just saying, I need more money, but actually saying, hey, money, can you handle this? I'd like that. Can you make that happen? Could you flow into these areas? Instead of me being the architect of where I think this money is going to come from, what if I play this game with myself and I say, Money, I just want you to show up to do these things. What could I ask for that would be the same amount of money that I made up in my head as the amount I need to bring in?